Houston needs a champion who's ready to fight for what's right, and I am.
A few moments later.
I gave it to you. Your job was to get it on the calendar, imprint it in your brain, or send me the information back saying, Congresswoman, I made sure that the Ovi Duncan Tell event that you gave me for so-and-so date at 7 is on the calendar, not to, oh, Jerome has it. Okay? So when I called Jerome, he gonna be sitting up there like a fat-ass, stupid idiot talking about what he doesn't know. Okay? Both of y'all are up some F.
Many months later.
And at this moment, I want to congratulate the next mayor of the city of Houston, John Whitmire. Even though the outcome was not the way we would have wanted, the best thing for us to do is to shore up and stand up and be committed to Houston moving forward. That's what I will do.
What is good, YouTube family? It's your boy, Shaw with the Black Anomaly Rising Channel. Man, Sheila Jackson Lee. If you guys remember, I did a video maybe 1 or 2 months ago with Sheila Jackson Lee. This individual was known as the cussing Democrat, the profanity Democrat. She had this freaking tirade she went on where she went off on this dude. It's really like 2 dudes, but she was on the phone with one of them, one of her staffers, and she just went off on him, saying that basically he was worthless and all kinds of stuff, and just all kinds of F-bombs. And I was like, yo, why are you so mad? It was really telling. And I've dealt with people like this growing up where, like, for example, it's somebody who goes to, like, the church a lot and they love to put on a good show. And sometimes even at the church, they'll still kind of, if you catch them, if you're around them long enough, you'll see how they are. And they'll still be, like, talking mad trash about people, just gossiping about people, cussing, putting people down over and over again. Like, that's literally their personality. Hating, being a hating ass witch, like just being a generally speaking bad, negative person, right? And Sheila Jackson Lee 100% strikes me as one of those people. You know, she's one of the people, if like in my family, I would not hang around. I would not even tolerate their presence, right? We wouldn't get along because I wouldn't just accept them for who they were, and everybody would probably want me to just accept this person for who they are. And I'm like, no, that's not how Rashad operates. And I don't think that voters should operate like that. So she has suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of John Whitmire. They just had a mayoral election and they had a runoff. And this freaking idiot told people to vote on the wrong day. Take a look.
Houston, I've spent my entire career fighting for you.
A television ad from Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, who is running for mayor of Houston, is urging voters to head to the polls, but on the wrong day. Lee and opponent Texas Democratic State Senator John Whitmire are facing off in the mayoral runoff election, which will take place on December 9th.
And I am.
However, Lee's recent ad tells voters to head to the polls on or before December 7th. Lee and Whitmire advanced to the runoff after the general election on November 7th. The 2 candidates defeated 14 others in a race centered on the city's rising crime rate, infrastructure, and budget shortfalls. The Democratic Congresswoman touts her record in both Congress and City Council in the ad.
From fighting to keep our kids safe from guns when I was on City Council, to my days in Congress fighting to protect women's reproductive freedom, and for funding for our police, schools, and small businesses.
The mistaken voting date is the latest controversy to hit Lee's campaign. In October, leaked audio captured her cursing at a staff member who promised to contact another staffer about a paper the Congresswoman had given them.
Both of y'all are up some. It's the worst that I could have ever had put together. 2 goddamn big children. Idiots. Serve no goddamn purpose.
In a statement responding to her berating the staff member, Lee said she expects excellence at all times. And quote, I recognize that in my zeal to do everything possible to deliver for my constituents, I have in the past fallen short of my own standards, and there is no excuse for that.
You had one job, Sheila. One job. And you still couldn't get the date right. You would think that out of all of the important things to do in a mayoral race, literally your entire literal job depends on it, is to get the date right. And after all of that talk about incompetence and all of this stuff, talk about karma. You was incompetent enough to get the date wrong. For those who don't know how these things work, you got to go through a lot of stuff in order to get this wrong. Somebody on the staff had to start working on this commercial. Somebody had to look at it and develop the visuals and all the like doing all the editing and whatever that's going to be in it. Right? She had to speak the date herself, which she said was December 7th when it's supposed to be December 9th. And then somebody has to actually quality control it. And then it has to be reviewed again before it airs on television. It's like there's so many different layers that it has to go through in order to make sure that it's correct. And nobody thought to verify the date.
Oh, loser.
That is insane. And now I think that's probably one of the things that cost her the election. But I think, in my opinion, there's probably all sorts of reasons. She's going for like this kind of woke progressive type of approach. And I think a lot of people are tired of it. This gives me hope. Now, John Whitmire is a Democrat, but he actually, like, when I actually listen to some of the stuff he said, he seems like he's okay. He sounds like he's trying to be, like, for example, tough on crime. Like, a lot of people are trying to have these extremely woke crime policies, which is something in which I do not understand. I'm like, is this like George Floyd backfire or something where now it's like we just don't agree with having police? Like, this guy said he was going to increase the police force. That's practically Democrat suicide. At least I think Democrats feel like it is in terms of like Democrat politicians, maybe not constituents. But yeah, he said he was going to increase the police force and work on improving the police force that exists already, which is unprecedented. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with police. We just don't want to see people go and kill unarmed people or get into unnecessary escalations with black people and stuff like that, where life could have been preserved.
Great cities solve their problems. We will make this a safer city. We will do it by recruiting more officers, supporting the officers we have, the coalition building with other agencies. Our infrastructure will be repaired and fixed, not only streets, but water. Great cities do not boil their water for 2 days. Together, we can solve our problems.
I don't know that much about him, so I'm not going to say that I think he'll be a million times greater than Sheila Jackson Lee, but the voters have decided, and she made herself look quite incompetent. And to be honest with you, she made herself look kind of evil, low-key, in her video where she was talking all that crap.
Not to, Jerome has it. Okay? So when I called Jerome, he gonna be sitting up there like a fat-ass, stupid idiot, talking about what the he doesn't know. Okay? Both of y'all are up a fucking F. It's the worst that I could have ever had put together. Two goddamn big-ass children. Idiots. Serve no goddamn purpose.
Very unfortunate, and she's busted. I'm glad she was busted, because she shouldn't be like that to begin with. I guarantee you that she probably hasn't really changed. She's probably going to be the same person for the rest of her life. And on top of that, she actually had Hillary helping her with her campaign, or she was endorsed by Hillary. I'm like, who the hell wants a Hillary endorsement? Did John Whitmire get it? He couldn't have had a Hillary endorsement, I would hope, because it wouldn't really make sense for Hillary to endorse both of them. If anybody's familiar with that, correct me if I'm wrong, but Hillary definitely endorsed Sheila Jackson Lee.
Sheila Jackson Lee getting a big endorsement today from former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton.
After working together in D.C., a former Secretary of State, Senator, and First Lady was in Houston working to help a current Congresswoman become mayor.
She has been a champion for as long as I've known her, as long as she's represented many of you in Congress.
I don't know if it was like a woman's thing or I don't know what it was, but that seemed like a big mistake. I don't think that helped her, because Hillary Clinton is not a person. There's a reason why Hillary didn't run again. She could have, but she didn't. There's a reason why. And I don't think it's just that it's going to be hard getting donors back. I think that Hillary knew the writing was on the wall. It was too much stuff that she was smeared, that she had done, that she got away with when she ran against Trump, that she would never be able to get the public eye off her like she did before. And the fact that Sheila Jackson Lee pulled Hillary into it knowing of the corruption, that's a super negative against her too. So I'm glad she got her ass whooped. Okay, but anyway, guys, Let me know what y'all think. So the profanity-laced, rant-having, cussing behind, potty-mouthed Democrat got exposed, and karma came back to bite her in the ass. Hey, it be like that sometimes. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Appreciate y'all watching Black Anomaly Rising. I'm out.
Loser, loser.